Welcome to my channel. Long time no see, everybody. Yeah, I've been gone for a hot minute. There's been a lot going on. Um, been busy and got a place, new place and everything. So it's been pretty good. I'm back. I'm back. So we can go ahead and talk about some things. And for anyone that's a new viewer, I'm Stacy, and I like to talk about things. So I want to get into a couple of things because a lot of political things have happened, but we'll talk about two. Before we go on and just dive right in, please subscribe and share. That helps a lot. So let's talk about the DSA. So we're going to be talking about the Democrat Socialist of America. I believe that's what it is. Anyways, those two words shouldn't even be in the same sentence, you know. But the things that they believe in: open borders, abolish police, abolish ICE, do away with the president. I mean, can we get any more ridiculous? None of that makes sense. Open borders, look at the chaos that we're in right now. That's all that did. I mean, that is all that did. Can somebody tell me what's so good about the situation that we're in? And look at Europe, look at all those other countries. They opened up their border, and they're almost taken over by the Muslims, the ideology, and they're pretty much taking over, and that's scary because there's a lot of bad stuff happening. Someone tried to behead somebody over there. They're raping people, you know, the women, poor women, you know, and then they have the grape gangs and all that. And it's just nothing good came out of it. Chaos. If you think about before the open borders, before Biden, we all know that it was a lot better before that happened. So you did the math, put the dots together, whatever. And then abolishing the police. Why in the world? Why in the world would they want to abolish the police? I mean, come on. If we didn't have the police, can you imagine how much worse it would be? It would be so much worse. I mean, does not take a rocket science to figure that out, a rocket scientist. And it's just, it boggles the mind. It just boggles my mind to think people can't see this. The police keep the law, they keep order, they keep the chaos from happening. They can barely do it now because everybody done lost their mind and think that they don't have to follow the laws anymore, and they act like they're savages, and they act like, you know, like I said, they've done lost their brains. Common sense. I mean, we all know. You listen to the police. When they give you a lawful order, listen to them. And then let it go until you get to the courts and go through it there. Don't make a ridiculous fool of yourself and kick and scream and say, oh my God, help me, la, 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 and when you know you're in the wrong, you know. I digress with that part. And then the freaking ICE. We need them because they need to deport the illegal immigrants. They should not, I don't even know why I say that. They're illegal aliens. They shouldn't be here. They're illegal. They need to go home. And so the deportations has to happen, and we have to have ICE. I mean, there's no reason to abolish them. They keep things in order as well as our police. And then doing away with the president, seriously? Seriously. What? We need the president. All of this, and even though they want to take away the president, they want to put in people like, I think it's like a group of people of them that are going to be in charge of everything. So they want to take it away from one man and give it to like a bunch. So how is that better? It's not better. It's not. What these people are telling you, you need to read between the lines, because this is just a stepping stool to communism. Yeah. And what gets me is that there are so many useful idiots of Americans that they're falling for this. They're falling for it. And it's embarrassing that I don't know how many, I don't understand how there's so many people that are falling for the crap, falling for the lies, falling for what they call it, takai, or something like that. There's a word that the Muslims, because it is part of the socialism that they're doing. They're putting a lot of them in there that they're all Middle East. You could tell, and they all want to go with that socialist stuff. It's one of the same. It's not separate. Don't get it twisted. It is one of the same. But there's that, and this is not good for our country. We're the best country. We're the country everybody envies. Things that we have done for 250 years have worked. That's why we're just a beautiful country. We flourished. We've done everything that needs to be done to be the best. Our military, everything, our entertainment, everything is the best. Our freedom, our liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. That especially is what they can't stand. And all the other countries aren't like us. That's why we're the best. That's why everybody wants to be here. Why would everybody be okay with them trying to tear apart America and become just like the rest of those countries? It baffles the mind because I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I don't. I don't want to be like the other countries. I don't. I'm proud to be an American. And it's not bad to be proud to be an American. It's not racist. It's not anything. You're just proud to be American. You're proud to be in your country. You're proud of your country and your people. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing. Even though they try to make you feel so bad and like you're just a bad person and you're white supremacist and all that. No. We're just proud of our country and we're proud of our flag. We're proud of everything that America is. And make no mistake, they're going to take away your freedom. Your freedom is going to be the first they grab and take it. And then the second thing is going to be the weapons, your Second Amendment. And then that way, as soon as they think they get all the weapons, the boot goes on the neck. And you will bow down and do whatever they want you to do. They will be in control. And that's how socialism and communism, that's how they work. They take from the people. And this is what they do. And they say, I'm going to take for the rich and give it to the poor. And then, all of that, and you know how that works. The poor, they don't want to work, and the rich are busting their ass. And then eventually they're not going to want to do that. And then they're going to end up disappearing and leaving. And then you have all the poor people. And then who's the rich ones? The ones in office. The ones that y'all's put in. The Mondamis, the Pikers, the AOC, even AOC. And she's Puerto Rican. I don't even get that. I don't get it. I'm just not happy with that. But, so yeah, that's all bad. Everybody needs to go out and vote. You need to take a friend and you need to vote red. Because we cannot have them take over this country. Because if we do, mark my words, if we do, let them. America will be no more. So you need to go out and vote like the Republic depends on it, because it does. And mind you, we have a responsibility for our children and our grandchildren to have what we have. It's going to be really sad if they don't have that. And then one day they're going to ask, why don't we have what you have? What you had? Why didn't you fight for us? We have to remember that. We have to fight for our freedom to keep our freedom, and it's a fight every day. We're only one fight away. Every day. Like Ronald Reagan said, it's just one fight away. We're always fighting for our freedom. We're always fighting for America. And that's just how it is. So keep fighting, folks. Keep fighting. Stand up. Vote, vote, vote. Go out there and vote red. Go out there and get those socialists out of there. And we can't, even the so-called normal, regular Democrats, but they're not. They're kind of like, they were for the rich. And then these ones that are over here are more socialist, but still for the rich. But they say they're for the poor, but they're not. They're just trying to get money to put in their pockets. But yeah, so we need to get them out. They can't even, none of the Democrats could be back in there because our country can't handle it. Trump's trying to fix everything that's broken. And he's done really good. He's on what he ran on, he's doing damn good. He's kept his word pretty much. He's still trying to work on the prices. I know everyone's mad about the gas prices and holy heck, the groceries and all that inflation. But he's not going to be able to fix everything that Biden and Kamala broke. It took 4 years. It's not going to take him a year and a half, 15 months to fix it. So y'all have to be patient, okay? But yeah, so when you all go out and vote, you need to vote red. Red is the way to go. We need a red wave because there's no way. If they put those socialists in there, it's going to be communism. And then we're not going to have a country anymore. You got to remember that. America's our country. All those other foreigners, they got another country they can go to. I don't know if you guys remember the history about Cuba and what happened. It took one night. Americans were over there having a party and everything, and a thing came on. The government was like, get out. Everyone that doesn't live here, go to a different country, get out. Because all the rest of them are screwed. So they did. We left. Everybody left. And those poor citizens suffered. And that's what it'll be like here. They'll tell all those other foreigners that caused all this issue and destroyed our place. They have another country to go to. We don't. We don't. Remember that. Vote red. Vote red. And the other thing I'm going to talk about real quick is the Dearborn thing, Michigan. Jake Lang, that the Muslims had attacked when he was protesting about Christianity and everything, saying, and all he was holding a sign, I love Jesus is king. We like ICE. We love ICE, blah, blah, blah. He was attacked from the back. And it was from a Muslim. It was in Dearborn. It's the Muslim people that are doing this. And you got to remember, they're not peaceful guys. They're an ideology, and don't feel bad because you don't agree with them. You don't have to. It's an ideology, and it's not racist. They do not mesh with us. They cannot coexist with anybody. That ideology, they are to conquer. They're not going to bend. They're not going to accept you. You're going to accept them, or you're going to die. Period. They can kill you, and they're okay with that. Or you submit and be their slaves, sex slaves, whatever. They'll do whatever to us they want to in front of our men. You guys got to remember that. They're not nice people. They're not. So it's not being prejudiced. It's not being racist. It's just being factual. Do your due diligence. Read up on the history books. Look up the Quran. They are not kind people. They are not a kind religion. It's an ideology that we do not believe in. And that's why we're so great. So don't try to put that in our culture, in our country. It won't work. It will destroy everything that we are, who we are. So just remember that. But anyways, so I hear that in South Dakota, in Sturgis, they're gonna, I guess the bikers are gonna go over there and rally behind Jake. Now, I'm just saying, and this is just something that I'm gonna say out loud, nobody else does. The Muslims, if they're gonna be pulling that kind of crap and attacking our people, our American people in our country, it goes both ways. So I'm going to pray that it doesn't get out of hand when the bikers go over there from Sturgis to back him up, because if those Muslims step out of line, it's going to be a problem. So the police better do their damn job. That's where the police better step up. And because it's not going to be, our Americans ain't going to jump. But when the Muslims jump, when they feel froggy and they do it, it's going to be bad. So this is just going to be a lesson. They need to know this is our country, and they're not going to get away with that. And do not lay hands on people that are protesting. We don't have to like your religion. We don't have to like your ideology. We don't have to. But you have no right here in this country to lay hands on us. And that's where assimilation comes in. That's why people need to assimilate. They need to learn our laws, and they need to live by them. Or they can go home and get out. That's just my take and my thoughts on things. But yeah, so I'm back. Thank you for joining me. That's just what I have to say for tonight. I'll have some more videos coming out. Thank you for joining me again, and like and subscribe and share. And I'm just happy to be back. And like I said, got things going on. So until then, in the meantime, in between time, I will see you later, and have a great night.